everybody. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. I've already got some people in the chat. So hello to Peter Cummins, the Vinegar Jar. Please subscribe to him if you are interested in reselling. He's really good. Peter Ray, also reseller. Kath Palmer. Hi Kath, hope you're all well. Hopefully we'll get some more people in shortly when the notification goes out. So I just thought I'd come on and say thank you to all my new subscribers. Hello, Joan. I put a call out on my Instagram and my Facebook, and a lot of my YouTube friends promoted me as well. So I'm just over the 1K now, but I don't want to get too excited because I might dip under again. That is the nature of YouTube. People subscribe and unsubscribe a lot. So I hope you can see and hear me okay. Let me know in the chat. So we are currently in my office, workroom, storeroom. Thank you, Ashley. A little bit of a mess right now. This side's very organized. That's all my stock in the Kallax unit there, and shoes, and sort of I have, you can't see behind the mannequin there, I've got a rail. I keep doing the wrong side, sorry. Behind the mannequin there, I've got a rail of coats and some more coats and dresses on the door. And then this side is my sewing area, which I need to sort out. That's a big plan for this March. I've got written down some plans for March, and one of them is sorting out this sewing area. It's got 2 sewing machines on it, lots of fabric, lots of things to do with sewing, which I need to sort out. So I just thought I'd come on and say thank you so much, and hello and welcome to everybody. Hopefully there'll be some more content on here soon. The trouble with me is I'm a bit hit and miss with content because I talk myself out of doing vlogs. I start a vlog, I don't know how many times I've started a weekly vlog and then thought this is really boring and stopped doing it. So yeah, I need to try and keep going with the vlogging. And hi Jane, thanks so much for subscribing. Hello Carrie, L33 Mrs. Hi Andrea. No, you've just come at the right time. I've literally just started. Yeah, so I would really like, if you're watching this after the fact, or if you could pop in later and just put in the comments what you'd like to see from me. Oh, brilliant. I've got someone from Australia. Hello, Wendy Weeks. Welcome. I've just started watching some Australian YouTubers because I find them quite funny. Although I do find a lot of stuff that you pick up and sell in Australia doesn't do so well. Well, my case anyway, doesn't do so well in this country. But I suppose things differ, don't they, from country to country. So anyway, so I've got a few fingers in a few different pies, basically. I'm a part-time reseller, which a reseller is just somebody who buys stuff and sells it on eBay. I just sell on eBay at the moment. I'm also really into my sewing, although not recently. I need to get back into it. I used to make and sell games console covers, and I really need to get back into that again. What happened was they were doing really, really well, and I was selling loads. And then eBay told me to move where I had them. I had them in the Xbox and the PlayStation category, which I know is a bit naughty. But then people who were looking at Xboxes used to see them and say, oh, that's a good idea. I'll buy one of those. So they did really well. And then eBay sent me a message and said, you can't sell them in that category. You need to move it to travel cases, which obviously a dust cover isn't a travel case, but they don't have a section for dust covers. So when I did that, my sales went right down. So that's why I started reselling, basically, because the sales had really gone down on the covers. And I think I put in selling on eBay, tips for selling on eBay or something. And of course, who did I come across first but Nick Hills? This was in 2017, I think. If you don't know, Nick and Andrea Hills are I would say the most well-known resellers on YouTube. I've got some more people in. I've got She's Always Flipping Mandy and Kelly Flipping Fantastic Finds. Hello, lovelies. Yeah, so yeah, I started reselling and I've really fallen down a rabbit hole with that, and I really love it, and I really love the community, and I've got to know so many lovely people, and it gets me out of the house. I've made friends in the area who I've met up with, been on some reseller meetups. It's really great for me because I don't get out of the house very much apart from to walk the dog. So yeah, that's great. And also I'm in a group chat with some other seller ladies and they keep me motivated. My trouble is I tend to if I stop doing anything, I won't do anything for ages, and I procrastinate a lot. So they keep me motivated, which is really good. Can I sell them as games console accessories? To be quite honest, Peter, I haven't really looked lately to see if there's another category that I can put them in, because that would be good. Yeah, they just told me to put them in travel cases. Hi, Crispy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it because I'm probably going to go down again under the 1K. But basically, when you get to 1,000 subscribers, you also have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and then you can have adverts on your channel, which is my ultimate goal to get to. Oh, do you have a lads chat as well? Yeah, it's good, and it's good to like. Often I'll say, oh, you know, I can't be bothered, and there's a few people in our chat that kick me up the butt and say, come on, Karin, get a shift on, which is good for me. Yes, thank you very much, Peter C, for doing that. I really appreciate it. If you're working and you've got the computer open, that would be great if you could just stick my videos on and stick it on mute. You don't want to. And plus, some of the stuff that I used to pick up before is just absolutely rubbish. Oh yeah, Kelly had a brilliant idea. I put on Instagram yesterday, what shall I sew? Because as I said, I want to get back into sewing and I need a few ideas, a bit of inspiration. So I asked people on Instagram, and I've put Kelly as the #1, slogan tote bags. So we could have reseller slogan tote bags. And I could funnily do one that says, do you know who I am? But I don't know if anyone would buy that. But I could also do like gaming ones or sewing themed ones. I actually think that is a very untapped market in this country, is things that have got a sewing theme. My family often look for presents for me with a sewing theme and they find it difficult. So yes. Hi, Shelley. Thank you. So yeah, that's one of the top ideas, slogan tote bags. Someone else said pouches for reusable items. Obviously, a lot of people are more conscious of sort of not using disposable plastics or undisposable plastic, non-recyclable plastics. So a lot of people have like a knife and fork that they reuse, or a straw. So I don't know about making pouches for those. Maybe that could be an idea. Sewing, knitting, crochet, all difficult to get hold of. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, Jane, but I found a brilliant mug that was in the shape of a ball of wool, and I thought that was really good. I can't remember, it said something funny on it as well. Hi, Mum of 5 sons, who is Patricia. Thanks very much for joining me. I'm trying to see how many people I've got in. Oh, 21. That's brilliant. Yeah, so that was another idea. So pouches for reusable items for people on the go. Another one is cushion covers, which I have made a few cushion covers, and I had an idea for a cushion cover, which I bought all the stuff for and never got around to making. So who's this? Leanne Hill. Congrats on the subs. What is your sewing background? I ran a sewing business for 35 years and would love to use all my Liberty fabrics but not to sell anymore, so no competition for you. Oh, I love Liberty Fabrics, lovely. My sewing background is I'm self-taught, really. I did a little bit of sewing at high school. What did I make? I made my grandma a makeup bag, which she used for donkey's years afterwards, so I was quite proud of that. I made an oven glove and something else, can't remember. But I got sick about 7 years ago now, 6 years ago, and basically I needed a hobby. I was sitting around the house doing not a lot, and I said to my husband that I would love to get back into sewing, that I really enjoyed it. And a friend told me about a channel on TV called Create and Craft, and I started being addicted to all the sewing shows on there, watching all of those. And yeah, bought myself a sewing machine, bought myself some fabric. Then my husband had the idea about the console covers, so I started making those. So yeah, I've made a few cushion covers for myself, really. Haven't made a lot of clothes, or any clothes really. I've just adjusted clothes that I've had. So I would really like to possibly make some clothing. I have actually got loads of patterns and lots of fabric to make clothes with. It's just being brave enough to start it. So that's another thing on my list, a dress or some item of clothing. I also had the suggestion of making a quilt, which I would love to make a quilt. The only thing is, with a quilt, they're not worth making to sell because they take so many hours to make that you'd have to charge an awful lot of money for it. And then and somebody else mentioned dog items, so something for your dog. And I do actually have some dog fabric, some fabric, not dog fabric, but fabric with bones on and different things related to dogs. So chocolate orange covers at Christmas so you can hang them on the tree like baubles. Wow. Aprons for kids, yes. And aprons was another one of my ideas. I'll write that down actually. Aprons and oven mitts and things like that, because I have got some fabric that would be great. My lovely sister-in-law has given me loads of fabric that she had, because she's quite good at sewing, and when she decorates, she often buys the fabric to make curtains and different things. So she's given me a lot of fabric, but a lot of it I bought myself. Oh, Peter wants me to message him when I start doing the covers again. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, I've just got to look into it. I think I'm probably going to have to charge a little bit more money because the cost of fabric has really gone up. I don't know if that's because of Brexit or what, but I know a lot of the fabrics that I do get come from America, so that could be a reason. Used to make bow ties, pocket squares, plus stuff for dogs by the thousands. Wow. Well, Leanne, I don't know if you're on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, but, you know, definitely send me a message, some ideas. Bag for life holder. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what everyone else does, but I just have a big bag for life, and I put all my bags for life in the big bag of life, big bag for life. Yeah, you know, recycling fabric is something I definitely like to do, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I often keep curtains and things like that and use them for other things. I actually bought a set of curtains that were in the sale because I think they'd make a lovely dress that's like a red curtain with a little floral ditzy print on. Liberty fabric pouches or bespoke pouches with people's names on. Yeah, I mean, I have got something called a scan and cut, which I still haven't opened, and that does cut fabric, and you can cut letters and words. Yeah, someone else suggested makeup, wash bags, and jewelry wraps, which I didn't think such a thing existed, but I actually looked it up on eBay. No one's actually making them, but there's a few like leather ones that people are selling. But jewelry wraps, like, you know, it's a little pouch with zips and things in, so you can put your jewelry in when you go on holiday. So I thought that was quite good. Wow, loads of suggestions here. Yes, I know someone that makes bears out of baby items. She's very good. She's very talented. She's obviously a lot better sewing than me. I need to, well, it's like anything, isn't it? The more you do it, the better you get. I mean, I made thousands of console covers and I got faster and faster at making them. Yeah, I'm not sure how they work. I think they have to be some kind of durable fabric that is easy to wash, that washes well. Ditzy shabby chic napkins. Laura Ashley sell jewellery wraps. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for all your great suggestions there. I don't know if anyone wants to ask me any questions. Pretty much everyone who's in the chat knows me, so they probably don't need to ask me any questions. But if you've got any questions, please do ask some questions. What was I saying before? So yeah, I've been reselling, trying to think now how long, beginning of 2018, so just over 2 years I've been reselling. Yes, bunting is something, but a lot of people, I mean, some of these suggestions, if you look it up on eBay, it just flooded. I like to think of things that are a bit different that not many people are selling, because otherwise it's really hard to compete. Yeah, like I didn't realize a lot of people do that, is have separate pouches in their handbag. I suppose if you have quite a few handbags, then you want to move stuff over quickly and easily, then pouches is a good idea. Yeah. So what do you want? A bag that says Shell Staruni on it, Peter? And Shell, do you want a bag that says the vinegar jar? Who's my favourite reseller? I don't know. I've got quite a lot. I don't know if I can answer who's my favourite reseller. I've got so many and I don't want to like pick favourites. Obviously all my friends. Plans for the channel. So yes, I was going to say plans for the channel. So as you can, if you've looked at my videos, and there's another one coming out on Wednesday, I'm doing a cooking collaboration with Caroline Mrs. M, Carla Jenkins and Kirsten from Kirsten's Curiosities. We've got plans to do a few more, and I really enjoy cooking, so I'm finding it quite easy to do because I absolutely love cooking, and I've got lots of my own recipes or meals that I cook quite a lot, so I'm really enjoying doing that. Don't answer. What question? Oh, was you asking because you wanted me to say you, Peter? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joe. How about bulk items such as kids' smocks to protect them from messy play, playgroups, etc.? Looking for that type of stuff. Do you know what? Actually, I found some very interesting stuff that turns anything into a wipeable surface. I bought some to test, and I haven't actually done it yet. You iron it onto just normal cotton, and it can turn anything into a wipeable thing. So that would be really good actually to make some kids' aprons with that. Yeah, so I've got to test it out. I've had it a while. I found a supplier who does it quite cheap because it can be quite expensive. So it basically turns stuff into that oilcloth. Hi, Andrea Turner. Yeah, so that's another idea. So there's lots of ideas there. I've just got to really get back into doing it. I have got another business, eBay, so I could put stuff on there and keep it separate from my reselling. Although the eBay that I resell on, I used to sell all my covers on, so people still remember me, and I get the odd message off people. So, oh, Shelley. I know Connie's annoying, but please don't kill her. Wall hanging reseller organizer to hold scissors, tape gun, etc. Yeah, I don't know how. Dust bags for handbags or Santa sacks. Yeah, dust bags for handbags, that would be quite nice. Yeah, so there's loads of ideas out there. I'm going to put that actually, kids' aprons. I'm very lucky that I've got a couple of suppliers that sell some brilliant fabrics. When I used to make the getting the console covers, I used to get like Mario and Marvel and all stuff like that. So the trouble is with that, I can only sell 100 of each fabric, 100 items using that fabric of each fabric, because it's got a, can't think of the word, like a license on it. Licensed fabrics, that's it. So that's the only problem. It'd have to be, some things would have to be plain and not licensed fabric. Yeah, there's loads of really good people out there, really good at sewing. Obviously they used to teach it at school, and I think that's really stopped now, and there's a whole generation of people that don't sew. But then there's a whole new generation of people that are making their own clothes and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I've got type 1 diabetes myself, and I've got the most horrible pouch that I keep my blood test kit in, so maybe I should make myself something for that. And I use when I go on holiday, I use a clear pencil case for my injection pens and my needles. Little pouches for wrapping around car boot, tea, coffee. I like little insulated, yeah, mug hugs. They're called mug hugs, yeah. Yeah, there's lots of, yeah, I could do, let's write that down. Reseller slogan mug hugs. That might be an idea, and they're quite nice and small as well, rather than a bag. Easier to make. I could have a go with that and have a go with my Scan and Cut, which I've had for 2 years, I think I'm going to say, and it still hasn't come out of the box. So I know it's like a brainstorming session, this, isn't it? I was supposed to be introducing myself. Yeah, so plans for the channel. Sorry, I completely went off on a tangent again, didn't I? Plans for the channel. So more cooking, hopefully some sewing, and then some reseller content as well. I haven't had any big hauls. Last year I had a couple of really big hauls, so I had a few live videos of me showing my haul, and I haven't done that this year. I've been show me your tat. And we could get one that says it's all Nick's fault. Yeah, so sorry, my brain's terrible. I've got an autoimmune disease as well, and one of the symptoms is my brain is not as sharp as it used to be, and I forget things a lot. Thing is, my husband tries to play tricks on me and tell me I've said things or done things that I haven't done. He's naughty. Yeah, mug hugs. Sandwich wraps. Yes, I was looking into that. Apparently you can treat any cotton with wax. There's a certain recipe you have to do. I saw it on a video, and it turns it into one of those wax sandwich wraps. So you can use any cotton you like, patterned cotton, and soak it in this wax solution. I think it's got something else in it as well. And then you can turn it into a sandwich wrap, a reusable sandwich wrap, where you just wash it off, and you can reuse it quite a few times, which is a lot better than plastic bags. I hate using plastic bags for sandwiches, but the actual sandwich wraps you buy are quite expensive. No, I don't have fibromyalgia. I have a mystery autoimmune disease that they can't figure out what it is. So I have inflammatory markers in my blood. I get a lot of fatigue and joint pain, and brain fog, and stomach issues, thinning hair, as you can see. So hi, Karen. Oh, your sister-in-law makes them, Andrea. It's a bit stinky when you make them. Yeah. Yeah, you need to get the ratios right. Am I flexible? I wouldn't say I'm very flexible, no. I've got arthritis in my hip, dodgy knees. Yeah, they won't, the rheumatologist, she won't diagnose me with anything, which is a right pain in the bum. Yeah, they checked me for arthritis, and as I say, I've just got the arthritis in my hip because I was born with dislocated hips. So I've always had trouble with my hip anyway. But yeah, she wrote down in the notes that they just give to the nurse when I had a load of bloods taken. The nurse read out and she was like, "Oh, undifferentiated connective tissue disease." And I was like, yes, finally, there's a name for what I've got. So I wrote it down on my phone, looked it up, and I thought, yeah, that really does sound like me. Next time I went to see her, oh, I applied for my bus pass, my free bus pass. Next time I went to see her, oh, she denied it. That's right. I applied for my bus pass, and then I got a phone call from the GP surgery saying, yeah, the consultant says you haven't got that. We don't know, they don't know what you've got. So we can't put that down. So you're going to get your bus pass based on your arthritis in your hip. And I was like, fair enough, that's fine. Oh, Jane, that's really sad. I'm so sorry about that. I was stuck on the sofa for a good couple of years. And believe it or not, actually moving about more helped me because we got a dog and I have to walk the dog when Darren's at work, my husband. And it's actually really helped me. And also having this little part-time job has helped me. I think the more I rested and the more I sat about, the more unfit I got, and the harder it was when I did go out. I was absolutely exhausted when I went out. I mean, I still have a day or two where I'm quite tired if I have a busy week. But hypermobile. Oh, right, I see. No, I wouldn't say I'm hypermobile. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, Jane. Completely forgot what I was talking about now. It's about me. Yeah, I thought, well, undifferentiated connective tissue disease is basically a precursor to lupus. So I'm in a Facebook group about it, and there's lots of people in there that are in the same boat as me. The last time I went and saw the consultant, I was stupidly went by myself without Darren, and she was awful to me. She basically said that a lot of my problem is because of me and the fact that I'm overweight, and I got really upset because obviously that's not the case. I've been diabetic for 20 plus years now, and until I started feeling ill, I held down a job, you know, pretty much fit and healthy, got the odd thing, but you know, nothing major. I had a really bad ear infection and it just triggered this, and you know, but I just need to keep going. That's the best thing you can do, is just try and keep going. Yeah, I really think having the ability to work as and when you want to and at your own pace, and not having someone putting pressure on you, is the best thing for me. And I think I'd find it really hard to be told what to do. I'm going to see if I can get a second opinion about the doctor. Obviously it's her word against mine, so she'll probably deny it. Because, you know, I do need to lose weight. I know I do, but I've not put on loads of weight. I did at the beginning when I was immobile, but I lost it again. But I'm pretty much the same weight I've always been, and it's never been a problem. So for her to suddenly turn around and say, oh, it's your weight that's causing the problems, I just think it's absolute crap. So see, there's a lot of people in the reselling world who've got illnesses, and that's why they resell, because you know, you can do it at your own pace, which is what I do. I've never gone above 250 listings. I've got a basic shop. I make a part-time wage, not right now because sales are shocking right now. They're awful. I feel like I've only got certain things visible. None of my clothes, haven't sold any clothes in ages. I've been selling shoes, bags, other stuff, and not clothes. Sorry. Yeah, I made the mistake of going to the doctor by myself, and I wish I hadn't. But I'm supposed to be seeing her again in June, so we'll see. Darren's coming with me, and I bet she won't talk to me like that this time. Yeah, I do try and list a few things every day, and if I'm not listing something new, then I end stuff that's coming to it, you know, that's near it, end of its 30 days. I'll end and sell similar. Yeah, I mean, at the time where I did get ill, I was doing too much. I had a full-time job at a magazine subscription company, and my boss had been headhunted by another company and left, and basically they just dumped all of his work onto me. I'd only been there about 6 months. It was far too much responsibility. It was all new systems that I had to learn. I had like instruction manuals that I had to go through every time. I had to like send like monthly accounts to publishers, and I was just so stressed. So I think, yeah, that was probably one of the triggers. Has anyone got any questions? I haven't seen many questions apart from who's your favourite reseller. Chat's gone a bit quiet. I'll probably be on for about 45 minutes, and then I'm going to go and actually sit and do some listing. As I said, if you're watching this after the fact, it'd be great if you could put some suggestions about what you'd like to see on this channel in the comments below. I've got friends and family that are subscribed to me, and obviously they don't do anything to do with reselling, but they still support me. My dad's great support when I go and visit my mum and dad. I live in Newcastle. My family are all in Suffolk and Essex, so when I go and visit my parents in Suffolk, my dad takes me around all the charity shops, and we sometimes go further afield out in the car. Who inspired me most when I first started reselling? Carla Jenkins. She is lovely. She is such a lovely lady, and she was great. She was really lovely to me straight away, and she always is. She's such a lovely, giving, generous person, and she'll always try and help people out. And yeah, she's if you're not subscribed to Carla Jenkins, please do, because she's great. And she does a weekly waffle, which I really look forward to. She does a live on a Sunday morning with her car boot finds. I tried to organise a meetup in Newcastle and nobody came. So that was, I think some people came and they didn't come and say hello. I think they came to the pub and didn't come up and say hello, which was a shame, because I think I recognised a few people. But I would say only three or four people came, so that was a bit disappointing. But that was a while ago now. I suppose it might be different now. There might be more resellers. So I missed some questions up there. I was a lecturer. I have lectured in every county in Ireland, raised a family, looked after aging parents, and ran a business. Burnout. Yeah. What's my biggest tip for a newbie? I think my biggest tip would be, or a couple of tips would be, make sure that you know the cost of posting that item before you list it, because I made the mistake early days of thinking something would go large letter, and it didn't. It had to go small parcel, and there's a big difference between the cost of posting something large letter and small parcel. So definitely make sure you know your postage prices. It's really easy to look up on the post office website. I've got a little thing on my notice board here that says small parcel is 45 by 35 centimeters and a depth of 16 centimeters, and then medium parcel is 61 by 46 by 46. So that is your maximum measurements. So yeah, definitely that. And also, if you're doing it as a business, the next thing you need to do is make sure you keep up-to-date accounts records and do them regularly, because The first year I made the mistake of thinking, right, I'll do it all in one big chunk. And it took me like a week and it was so stressful. So from the beginning of last year, I started doing monthly accounts and I've kept that up. And it's going to be so much easier to do my tax return this time around because I've been keeping monthly accounts, and also keep a tally of how much. This is just what I do. I just do a little tick of the postage I pay. Obviously, most of my stuff goes small parcel, and then I can add it all up really easily how much I've spent on postage, because PayPal doesn't give you a total for how much you spent on postage. I buy all my postage through eBay because it's a little bit cheaper than the post office, and then I just take the stuff to the post office and they give me a proof of postage. So where do I source? Mostly in charity shops. As I said, last year I had a couple of large hauls which were from people that had seen me on YouTube, or I think the guy that I got stuff from, I don't know if he saw me on YouTube, he might have been in the Tat Chat, which used to be a reseller Facebook group, which is no more now. Yeah, so, but me personally, I mostly source from charity shops, which is probably the most expensive way to do it. So you've got to know what you're looking for. But I really enjoy it, and it's like going shopping for a living. I love it. So yeah, if you had to go and get a job, there was no other option, what would I do? See, that's difficult, because a few years ago I would have said, oh, admin. That's all I've ever done, but I don't know. I think I'd be really bored doing admin now. I've not got the best of patience, so I don't know if I could have a job again working with the public. I mean, my parents used to own a corner shop, and I used to deal with some quite difficult people from time to time, and I just did it because I can be quite what's the word, assertive when I need to be. So I don't know. I really don't know, Karen. That is a good question. Gosh, I think I'm unemployable. I really do. Oh dear. Joan, that's awful. Can I recommend any new resellers to follow on YouTube, Instagram? Well, I'll recommend you, Kelly, Flipping Fantastic Finds. She does a really nice Monday morning live chat to get you motivated on a Monday morning with, you know, what are your goals for the week, and she discusses hers. So that's really good. How many hours would you say you work a week reselling? Probably not that many. I probably only do a couple of hours a day, 4 to 5 days a week. So I would say 10 to 15 hours a week. I really don't do a lot. So how's Peter going? Thanks, Peter, and thanks so much for your support this morning on YouTube. And thanks, Shelley, for your support this morning on YouTube, and Kelly and Carla yesterday, and Caroline on Instagram. Did I miss any more questions? Oh, would I recommend any resellers to recommend any new resellers? I'm trying to think if I've watched any new resellers. Oh, I've actually had a decent offer on a Joseph Ribkoff dress. I'll just reply to that. Right, so I have it listed for £50 and someone has offered me 43. And I think I might counter at 45. See what happens. Keep your fingers crossed that they say yes. I completely forgot that you can show someone's comment. Here we go. I'll do it here. There you go. There's Peter going. Thanks, Peter. Please subscribe to Peter. I think he's on about 450 subscribers. He's got quite a broad knowledge. He sells a bit of everything. He does a List 5 Live show where you can sit and work with him. While you're working, you can watch him work, or you can just sit and watch him work. I can't think of anyone new that I've started watching. I have all my favourites. Obviously, I watch Nick and Andrea on a Sunday. I watch Carla on a Sunday. I watch Zahir and Beck when I can. But Friday and Saturday night is like me and my husband. We always watch Netflix and films and stuff. So I'm not often in the live chat on a Friday. All right, you like Monocle, ITEL. Is it ITEL Resells? Retro Space Reseller. Oh, I've not heard of them. Retro Space Reseller. I'll write that down. Lavender Clothesline meet up in the USA, and she had a girl talking about selling Victoria's Secret, who was a $3 million gross on it. It was interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I do. I follow a lot of resellers on Instagram. If you're a new reseller, Instagram's a great place to go because the community is really good. And if you've got any questions, you can put a question on and lots of people will help you. I find it a really good community. Oh, I've not heard anything back, so I think computer says no. I mean, I've only just relisted it, so somebody else might buy it. You never know. Usually when I counter offer, they pretty much say yes straight away, yes or no. So I'm thinking it's a no. But never mind. I think that's his name. They were at Hitchin Meetup. All right. Oh yes, love a bit of Lex. I love Lex's. She's such a natural. Lex is Bad Biscuit on YouTube. She's such a natural, and she does, different, not all reselling content. She sort of does her day, and she's got a keto diet, so she shows stuff that she's eating, and she likes fashion, so she talks about what she's wearing, and she's getting things done to her face, so she's been showing that. And yeah, she's lovely. She's a lovely person as well. Oh yes, and Shelley, always watch Shelley. She does a lot of lives. She's doing really well selling all her jewelry at the moment. Loads of people are selling jewelry, but I've just got no clue. I look at it in the charity shops and I just do not have a clue. I could be buying something really good. I could be buying a load of rubbish. So I don't even risk it. Yeah, there's so many YouTubes. I mean, I started 2.5 years ago, and really there wasn't that many people doing YouTube when I started. There was like Zahir, Carla, Nick and Andrea. Who else did I used to watch? Americans, mostly Americans, because there really wasn't many people in the UK doing YouTube. I was quite lucky with the fact that the Tat Chat was there, so I used to promote my channel in there because you had so many resellers in there, whereas we don't really have that. There's lots of little break-off groups now, so it's difficult. So I just use really my Instagram to promote. Oh yeah, cool. Sam, Reselling Polly. Yeah, she has some great hauls. She gets some right bargains, and she's really good with her brand knowledge. She knows a lot about what to pick up. She picks up a lot of good stuff. I've got myself, I can't show it to you because I don't have it with me, but I keep a note on my phone when I find a new brand that sells well. And then I've got a little pocket book that I keep in my handbag, and that it's A to Z, and I have a list of all the brands to look out for. And I'll just have a quick flick through that before I go sourcing, and often I'll see something and it sparks a memory, and I'll remember it. So I've still got a list of YouTube resellers from the UK, Australia, America, and update a little while ago, and that's now needing updating. It's on the Money Mental Facebook group. Okay. Hi, Kirsten. How are you? I hope you're getting some more subscribers, because you're nearly there as well, aren't you, on to the 1K? Kirsten has got a lovely antiques and collectibles shop, and she has some really lovely items. I often see items and think, oh, I'd love that, but I've really got to get rid of some stuff because I've got a lot of stuff. Heather, yes, Heather the Treasure Pirate, another one who's absolutely brilliant at her brand knowledge, absolute expert in clothes, but she likes to pick up other stuff as well. She likes high-end things, sells a lot of high-end stuff, and she's a good witch. Oh, that's good, Kirsten. Pleased to hear it. Yes, I tell Reese's got a beard, doesn't he? And he wears a cap, I think. Yeah, so I've been on 45 minutes now, so I think I'm going to toddle off. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, they've accepted it. Let's just hope they pay. Oh, that's brilliant. So I've sold Joseph Ribkoff cocktail dress. It's a long one, and it's got a lovely giraffe print going across. It's got like a separate overlay with the giraffes on it, and it's really lovely. I think I picked it up when I went out sourcing with Kath Palmer. I don't know if she's still in the chat. So yeah, so I've sold that for 45 plus postage. So that's brilliant. So 50 quid. Great stuff. Yeah, that's my first sale of today as well. I think that's my first sale of March, because my last sale came in Saturday night and I didn't sell anything yesterday. So that's really good. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you all, everyone who's joined me. Oh, you remember that dress, Kelly? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so thanks everyone who's joined me. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll stay at 1,000 subscribers now. And as I say, I'm going to make an effort to do more videos, because as I said, you need more watch hours, and you need to get more watch hours, you need to do more videos. So I need to do some more videos. Oh yes, Steve, our favourite Steve. I always watch Steve's little waffles he does. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. And I hopefully will see you soon. I think I'm going to be on Peter Ray's channel on Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Peter. At 11 o'clock. And I will hopefully be on Seller Ladies Live on Friday, which is on Nick and Andrea's channel this week. So thanks everyone for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you soon. I nearly pressed leave studio again. What a wally. Bye.